his passion and purpose, and he'll do a great job for us today. So how about a great Saturday welcome for Steve Moore, College of Wooster.
Microphone working? Can you hear me, everybody? Microphone is working? Thank you. I'll try to speak up also. Well, I'm very excited about being here, and I'm very appreciative of the chance to come in here and present and talk about Wooster's program. Thank you, Coach Krause. Thank you, Coach Association. Coach said I've been around a long time. I have. I started college in 1970. That's a long time ago. If somebody would have said to me when I was a freshman at Wittenberg in 1970, well, that guy, he played in 1920. I would have said, man, 1920, that's World War I. That's ancient. So I understand how you youngsters here, when you hear 1970, you are thinking, wow. That guy is old, and I've been around a long time. 45 years of coaching. Like Coach Krause said, I coached Coach Agler at Wittenberg. He won the national title his freshman year. He was a great point guard. We were very fortunate. A lot has changed in those years. A lot has changed. A lot. We know that. Most of you young people, you weren't even alive before the three-point shot was invented. A lot of it. The three-point shot, everyone knows, changed the game a lot. When you talk about defense, it changed the way you play defense, that's for sure. Ball screens, my first half of my coaching career, even more than that, 25 plus years, you hardly saw ball screens. It was all about defending off the ball screens. Bobby Knight motion. It's changed. In the college game, all we have to see, it seems like all we talk about is how we're going to guard ball screens. Usually we had one way, and you have to have lots of ways. I know it's not quite as prevalent in high school, but it's getting that way, isn't it? But anyway, I bring these things up because even though a lot of things have changed, a lot remains the same. Much remains the same. So while we have to be very concerned about guarding the three-point shot at all levels, it counts more. You want to give up threes. You don't want to give up open threes. But you still don't want to give up layups. You don't want to give up layups. Even though it's 2 points, you don't want to give up easy baskets. I watch a lot of games, of course we all do. High school games, I go recruiting. It's a lot of layups on transition. That's how you lose. You lose games because you give up layups on transition. You lose games, and we lose games, when we give up offensive rebounds. Right? We all know we're supposed to block out, get defensive rebounds, but do we always get it done? No, we don't always. I think you have to work really hard at those things, and that's why there are a lot of things I can talk about with defense, of course. A lot of ways to play defense, and we spend a lot of hours talking about the way we play defense. But I have to talk about certain things, narrow it down in this segment. So I decided, let's talk about a few things, and maybe we can give you some things that will help your defense. Primarily some good drills we like. But before that, how do you take away the easy baskets? Transition defense is really important. And I know everybody says, well, you just got to get back. And that's really important. I have handouts here. There probably weren't enough to go around. There's a lot of people not getting handouts. Raise your hand. I don't know if there are any left. Coach Collins is kind enough to pass them on. Are there any left? We have some. No, we're all out. A lot of things on here we won't have time to cover, so if anyone wants these notes, covering some drills, email me and I will send it to you right away. S-M-O-O-R-E, at Wooster.edu. It's on our website. I will gladly email it. You just email me and ask me to send it. But stuff on here, I won't be able to go over point by point, but there are some important things. There's a few more. Don't give up fast break layups. Get back, hustle. We all know you got to sprint. I think you got to make some decisions though. What is your philosophy? Who gets back first? I think it's really important. I think it's really, really important. Some people say, hey, whoever gets back, whoever's at the top gets back. You guys figure it out. You players figure it out. Get somebody back. I don't want to go that way. I want to know somebody's back. So generally, over the years, our point guard always gets back. Designated. He has the responsibility. He gets back. If somebody else doesn't get back, then he takes responsibility of making sure those guys get back. You have to have a defense leader. You have to have leaders on the court, on defense as well as offense. So designated. Now, the game has changed some here in offense too. When I played point guard, I didn't go inside the lane. I always got back. Now you got point guards that penetrate and drive a lot. I understand that. When that happens, you got to have another guy designated. How many do you send to the boards? I think that's a very important thing to consider with transition defense. Do you send 4 and say we're going to get so many offensive rebounds they can't run? Or do you send 3 to the boards and get 2 back? We generally will send 3 guys crashing the boards, like 1 or 2 man, a half rebounder, a long rebounder, and that makes a second guy getting back. When we go against really good fast break teams that score most of their points on fast breaks, we send you 2 guys are back. 2 guys are back. You're giving up some offensive rebounds, yes, but you don't give up layups. Some other key points on transition defense, the second page. I know some people clamp the rebounders and go for steals in the backcourt. A lot of different ways to play defense. A lot of different ways to approach the game. Do you like that? Do you think that's important? I know teams give steals. What if you don't get the steal? You're going to give up layups. Once again, it's a matter of philosophy. What is your choice? We don't clamp rebounders. We don't go for steals and gamble down here. Once the other team gets the ball, we get back. I don't think you can be in between. You can't let some guys mess around. Some guys think that they're going to get a steal, so they'll go in here and try to steal. No way. His man's going to score down there. So we get back. Instantly become defense when they get the ball. How many times will a guy hesitate in starting to run? He might be fast, but his opponent, who isn't as fast, he starts running right away. Your guy waits a second or 2, he gets beat down the court. Show them on film. When you started out, when the other team got the ball, you were even with that man. You were even with him. But after 2 steps, he was almost half court, and you'd only taken 1 step, he's going to beat you down the court. This is very important. We have 2 4-men out there. 2 4-men. Power forwards. Give me 2 guys. All right, good. Yep, you can switch. Give me a ball handler. Got a ball? Who's the ball?
Is Columbus State?
You gonna be defense? Offense? You're guarding him. This man is guarding this man. You're going that way. Play defense. Go. 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 Grab the basket. Go down the hill, okay? Come on back, guys. What I want you to do, we tell our players to, when that ball's ahead of you, you sprint. Don't worry about your man. He can't score down here. Dribble ahead. Get to the top of the key. Get that. Try to grab the middle. What we just showed there, I think is really important. Teams that are good fast break teams, they run their shooters down the wings, right? They have good shooters. You can't help off of those guys. Good shooters on the side, three-point shots, but you can help with your guy guarding your trailer. Defense, let's say he's slow. Defense again. You have to guard him. Jog. Go that way. Jog. Okay. Okay, stop, guys. What they're trying to do, our opponents are trying to get the ball to the basket. All right, down the middle. Let's try it again. Get back and help! Give me help, Okay, what we do, don't get so deep. Park right here. I got your help. Push your middle, help. He can't score because he's back there. You got two guys guarding the point guard now. Get back there. Tell me that help. Good. Now it's tougher. Okay. Help with your trailer. The guy that takes out of bounds, the guy who rebounds is trailing. Help with that guy. Help the guy guarding him. We've got some really key points. That's important to us in our transition defense. Thank you, guys. Now, how many of you go against guys who trail the play, offensive trailers, good shooting four-man maybe, at the top of the key? How many teams do that to you?
He's probably 60.
That happens to us quite a bit. So, you got to get back, but you don't want to get too deep. Guarding that trailer, if you get too far down, they'll stop the trailer and shoot the three at the top. So get back, but don't get too deep guarding the trailer. Now, as shown on our handout here, you have drills to work on your transition game. We think that rebounding in the transition is very important. A lot of times, you get back, make them stop, make them miss. A lot of times people miss on the transition. First thing, don't assume that the shot's going to go in on the transition when you're on defense. Assume that it's going to be missed and be ready to rebound. Second thing, you're ready to block out. Okay, guys, let's come on out as a team. Okay, three white guys are on defense first. We're defending that basket, everybody else behind me. Stay up here, guys.
Wait a second.
Three guys on defense, three. One in the middle, one on each side. Come on up a little bit. You guys are back here. Break it. Coaches, can you help me out too? Both coaches? I know you guys are players. You can still do it. This is our transition blockout drill. Set up just to work on blocking out on transition. This is going to be offense. Three guys. You're facing these guys. Coach, you want to shoot? You want to pass?
Good guy.
Coach, you get down. Not live. It's not live. It's not live. All you got to do is catch. You take it in and shoot it and miss it. Shoot it and jump. We want you to miss it, though. Come on. Come in. Coach is going to throw it to you, man. You're going to catch. You're going to take it in, miss a layup, or shoot a short jump and miss it. And get out of the way. All right, Coach, you're going to pass it over top. Now, when the ball is passed over top of you guys, what are you going to do? Sprint back and get to the level of the ball. That's the key coaching point in this drill. The ball's ahead of you. You don't worry about your man. You get down there and help out. Maybe you can help out in the shooter, like we were just doing, or else you got to rebound. Main thing now is rebound. Don't backpedal. Don't jog. Don't backpedal. Get back. Get back. Coach is going to shoot. You guys are offensive rebounders. It's fun. Crash the boards. You got to block them out. Now, sprint. Sprint. Get turned. What's the natural thing? As coach shoots, the natural thing is to go like this. Rebound like that. But here comes my opponent. He's going to rebound over top because I'm too far under. So look back as you're running, look back and check him out and block him out. You see what I'm saying, guys? Normally, most guys will just go for the ball. But then some guys come behind you and they rebound over because you don't block them out. You got to make contact. Now, if you guys don't get it, you got to go again. If you guys get it, you can try to score. Okay? If you guys get it, come back to half court with you guys pressuring them. So while we don't clamp the rebounder, we have to work against teams that do. So try to get it back to half court without getting it stolen. All right? Coach, pass it to him. Get back to that! Block out, block out, block out! Here's half court. Look, okay, the guys that run offense, now you go run defense. Everybody, guys that run offense, run defense. Okay, you got to go again because you gave up an offensive rebound, guys. You gave up an offensive rebound, so you got to go again. You got to go again. You got to go until you get a defensive rebound. Don't give up an offensive rebound. Go higher. Get back. That's an example. Got to go again. This is important stuff, guys. Come on. Rebound, rebound. Stop. Go again. Got to go till you get it. I think you're starting to get the idea. Sprint, sprint. Turn. Stop, stop. Now here's what happened on that one. Hey, you're an athlete. I can tell you can jump, and you went up for that ball hard. But he's a lot bigger. When you got a bigger man, where do you have to block him out at? You did not block him out. You went to the rim, and you're going to use your athletic ability out jumping. But he's a lot bigger. You should block him out at that volleyball line. That's one of my main points. Don't go underneath the basket. Block him out. Look over your shoulder. Do it this time. Come on, guys. Come on, 2 minutes. Block him out. There you go. Get it. Good. Good. That's it. That's enough, guys. Thank you. Good job. We do that drill, and maybe it can keep you from losing a game because you give up. That way you won't give up that key offensive rebound. I wasn't going to do any other transition drills, but probably everybody does 5-on-4 plus 1. It's a great drill. Here's something we do with it in that situation. It's going to be white on defense, across the foul line, facing the baseline. Blue on offense, down on the line. So you matched up, guys. Now, I know you all do this, though. Everybody got their man? Now, what we all do is roll the ball to a guy. Usually if you go into the point guard, he just brings it. If the coach rolls it to the big man, you give it to the point guard, right? So that the guards bring it up. And coach calls out a guy's name or number, and he has to go touch the baseline with his foot. So it's 5-on-4 plus 1. Disadvantage. You're a man down. You got to get him stopped. Now for years, we coached this. Make sure somebody picks up the ball. Make sure you guard the men closest to the basket. Make sure you guard the guys closest to the ball. Who do you leave open? There's going to be somebody open. Leave open the guy on the other side from the ball, furthest away from the ball, and then scramble, right? Well, no matter how hard we coach that, and no matter how smart our guys are, we have smart guys at Wooster. Smarter than me, that's for sure. But we still couldn't get it. We said guard the basket, side, ball, guard the low post ball side. So finally we said, just get back into a 2-2 zone. 2-2 zone, until our fifth guy gets back. Your fifth guy, you come in opposite the ball. So if the ball's coming down this side, you come in opposite side, and then once they make a pass to the wing, then we match up man to man. So you guys get in a 2-2 zone, right? So we stop the ball that way. We stop the catching at the basket. Still, important rule is, once the ball goes inside, make sure the ball side goal post is covered. Stop the ball, get the ball side goal post covered. Just showing this drill that everybody does, that we go to the zone. Now, our communication is red. So usually what happens when this happens is somebody falls down. Or you have a guy driving the basket, he gets bumped, and he's on the baseline, or maybe he's against the wall. He yells, red! Red, red, red! Or the coaches or the players on the bench yell red. Everybody has to yell. Everybody. Get everybody on the team yelling red. Even your managers. That way, everybody knows it's a 2-2 zone, and we're not going to give up a layup or an open shot. Ready, coach? You going to call out a name, coach? You guys got the drill? It's 5-on-4 plus 1. The 1 is who? Which guy is the 1? We don't know yet. It's the guy that coach calls out. Coach is going to call out a name. Could be any one of you. Could be any one of the white team. Any one of them, coach. As you roll the ball, call guys out.
Call the number.
5. Run! Run! Let's go now, let's go now, let's go. I'm here, I got help. Good. Nice job, white team. We like that. Come back 5-on-5. You could stop and just turn around now. We like 5-on-5 coming back. That's a game-like situation. You got the steal. That was really good. White, you did a great job. The 2-2 zone worked pretty well there, didn't it? Did we yell red, though? I yelled red. Did anybody else yell red? Did you yell red? Did the man who touched the baseline yell red? That's really important. He's the guy that knows. You know you're not getting back. So if you got to touch the baseline, you fall down, you got to yell red. One more time, coach.
1.
Oh, no. Go back. I'm getting held there. That's 1. Coach is using numbers, right?
I'm 11. I'm 2.
Coach is using numbers, not me.
He raised his hand. He said he was 1.
Everybody know the number?
He just didn't.
Stop. Nice job. Good job. Thank you. We found that works better than having to say, who do I have? I got a guy who got close to the ball, I got a guy who got close. That works pretty well for us. I thought, maybe some of you already do that. If you don't, maybe some of you can try it. Wasn't going to do any other transition drills, but Kent State's basketball team came into our gym the last 2 days. In fact, they finished up this morning. They're on fall break as we are. They did a little retreat. And Coach Sendoff thought he'd bring them to Wooster, get them out of town, stay in a hotel, eat their dinner, kind of like a bonding situation. And we all do 2-on-1 and 3-on-2. But what they did, maybe you guys all do it, but it would be new to us. So guys, white team go on this sideline, blue team on that sideline. What I really liked about this drill is they kept score. They kept the score up on the scoreboard. Probably everybody does this drill. Maybe not giving anything new, but to me it was new because I love the scoring. Score by offense. If you make it 2, that team gets 2 points. If you make it 3, that team gets 3 points. If you turn it over, subtract 4 points. 4. You might say, that's harsh. We all despise turnovers, don't we? And a lot of times we play and subtract points for turnovers. Coach Sendoff took away 4 points for a turnover. I think that was great because if you're 2-on-1 or 3-on-2, first is going to be 2-on-1. You shouldn't turn it over, should you? 2-on-1, should you turn the ball over? Do we? Yes. Why? One-hand passes, leave your feet to pass, out of control, charge, try to alley-oop. Think you can get the alley-oop and you don't get it, throw it away. we lost the game once because the guy alley-ooped instead of just getting an easy basket. It was sickening. Hate to lose that way. But you got to know the drill. Get the defensive man down there and play. So you're going to play defense on this end. Get the top of the key. Yep. Top of the key. You guys, Blue will play defense on this end. Give me 2 offensive guys down. You guys, 2 guys. Right here. Head that way. Oh, we got to start back here. So you're going to defend that basket. 2 on 1 plus 1. Okay? So who's going to add in on defense? First guy there. As soon as they cross half court, you have to loop behind the cones and then talk and say, I'm coming. Tell them you're coming. And now you guys got to get it done. You got to bluff and recover. We're not going to break all that down right now. You guys all teach that well. Bluff and recover, slow him down until he gets in there. Now you're 2 on 2. Okay? Now once you guys get the rebound, or they score, you 2 guys bring it back. And you'll be ready here, number 4, to play defense down here. And then the second guy will be moving in, and it continues. I can't say that they had their first guys, the top 7 against the top, the next 7. And the top guys won 20-something to nothing. Actually, the other team was negative because they had 3 turnovers, so they never got up to 0. And coach went off on them. It was great. Ready? You know what we're doing, guys? 2 on 1. Go. Defense. Talk. Go down. Back him up. Nice job. 2 on 1. Who's ready to get on defense? Stop. Oh, stop. Let's get the drill right, guys. I need a whistle. Okay, the 2 guys that were on defense now, you're coming back on offense. The 2 other guys, you're out. Okay? You were on defense? Make sure we get this down so everybody has the drill, right? Got to do it me too. Who are the original offensive guys? After he gets the rebound, you guys are off. And 4 is going to play defense down here. And then you go back to your sideline. And you'll come down against number 4. Okay? Got that? And then it's just continuous. You can score. Go. Good. Talk now. Good stuff. Get back. Okay. Coming in on defense. Good. Keep going. Good defense. Let's go. Good. Talk. Stop. I think it's a good drill. Good drill. That's compliments of Coach Center off of Penn State. They just picked that up yesterday. I watched it. It was great. I love keeping score. We never kept score in these kind of drills. Great way to keep score. You'll see we keep score on defense a lot, but that was a good score. Good job, guys. Good drill. Okay, guys. Now, I know I don't have a lot of time left. The 3rd page, competitive defensive drills. All right. Now, before we start doing these competitive drills, okay, you have to understand, before we do these, we place a great emphasis on teaching the fundamentals of defense. Day 1, stance, footwork, moving your feet, knowing how to move your feet. Stay between your man and the basket. Break defensive fundamentals. You got to break this down and teach it. You can't just start doing the competitive drills, in my opinion.
Need one?
You might say it takes a lot of time. But we have less time than you guys do. At NCAA Division III, we have less time in the off-season than anybody. We cannot do the individual workouts, the 4 guys do workouts together. We can't do it. Division I and II, those guys they can practice year-round. 4 hours a week in the fall, I guess, Coach crunches out. We can't do anything until October 15th. Our players are on their own. But we still believe we have to break down fundamental teaching, even though we have such a short time in practice for our first game. That's that important. Once we get that stuff taught, Then we try to make all of our drills as much as possible competitive. Competitive defensive drills. We think this is a big key to our practice, big key to our defensive success over the years. Compete! Everybody talks about three things, and we all do it, and they're very important. Play hard, play smart, play together. You guys, everybody says it, right? And that's great. I love to say compete. Maybe that's what playing hard means to you guys, I don't know. To me, compete means something special. We might be out more talented, they might out-execute us, but they aren't going to out-compete us. You have competitors, that's how you win, baby. You want to have success? Get you guys to compete. Sure, we love to recruit guys that compete, but we don't have athletic scholarships, so we don't necessarily get everybody we want. So we might get some talented guys that have to grow as competitors. When your practice sessions, you have to work with them, you have to demand, you have to get them to make them tougher competitors. These drills are good, I think. Competitive defensive drills. Now, defensive scoring. We think in these drills, we give only points for the defensive stops. You don't get any points for baskets. If you score a basket, you get a chance to go on to offense. That's your reward. What does it teach? It shows our players that you win with defense. Yes, sir. Oh, what's that question? Oh, he needs to cheat. Win with defense. Compete to win. And, you know, over the years, well, in our situation, our players playing on their own in the fall is really important. We have about 7 weeks of school before practice starts. We start this coming Tuesday, October 15th. So our guys have been playing on their own. We can't organize, we can't coach. But when these guys do what you call open gyms, what is it? Just the mere term sounds open gym. Let's go, guys. You can't take a charge. This is open gym. Okay? Nobody plays defense. Well, Coach Klein is going to be the head coach at College Wooster. He's already under contract for after this season, after I stop coaching. Coach Klein's been a huge part of our success over the years. Many of you know that in recruiting. He graduated in '95, Doug Klein, great player. Been coaching with me ever since. What a unique and special situation this has been. It's been for several years we've had like 2 head coaches. Doug is that good. He's going to carry it on. He is really good. He's been coaching our offense. I don't coach offense anymore. I haven't for several years. I was never a good offensive coach. But Doug he's a great offensive mind. He loves to watch the NBA and pick up new stuff. And he's the reason that we stay current with basketball. He is. We've changed because of personnel, because the game has changed. We've made changes. An old-timer like me would get passed by without a guy like Doug Klein. He's that good. But anyway, I told him I think our off-season games are crummy. I know they are, even though I don't watch. Right? I just know they are. I just knew it. But anyway, Doug said, well, you do your defensive scoring in practice. Why don't you do it? Tell the guys you have to do that in the off-season. So we did. And I just know it got better, even though I didn't watch. The players told me it got better. I don't know if you guys, Coach John, you told me. You guys did that, right? Try it! You don't have off-season now, it's going to start. I think it's a great thing. And I think Wooster will continue to do that for lots of years. They compete then. Instead of just jacking up shots, coming down, trying to outscore guys. You got to play defense, you're going to win. And it makes the offense a lot better. Okay? Because if you're on offense, you're not going to get a point for scoring, but the other team's going to get a point for If you don't score, the other team's going to get a point. If you throw the ball away, some stupid 8 turnovers, that's a point for them. So aren't you motivated more to not turn it over? Aren't you motivated more to shoot a better shot? So it works on shot selection too. But with our defense, we think being good one-on-one is crucial. You have to help. You have to play help defense. We don't want to help. We don't want to help, but we need to help. But the better we are in one-on-one, then the less we have to help. The less you have to help, the less you have to rotate. And the less you have to rotate and block out, and block out better. So get really good at one-on-one defense. Guard the ball. One of the things we do a lot, Ryan Peter will tell you, play for us, one-on-one defensive knockout. You put 3 or 4 guys in a basket, depending on how many baskets you have, how many guys you have, and you get a stop to get a point. Give me three guys that really want to play. Really get after it. Good one-on-one defense. Come on, 3 of you. All right. All right, we'll look for it. Okay, you can start at the wing, you can start at the top. You get to go with defense first. You guys come back here and be in line. It's one-on-one. Third, your second. Your offense. Now, a lot of times we just hand the ball when you're ready. And then, but when you get it to him, you got to be ready because he's going to take it. You can shoot, you can drive, you have 3 dribbles. We limit the offense to 3 dribbles to make it realistic. Great offensive drill. No point in order, right? You go to the end of the line. You get to play defense. Because you scored, you didn't get a point, but you get to play defense. You get a stop. You get a point, and you get to keep playing defense. Get a stop. Good stance. You ready to take the shot away, too? Contest. Rebound. Oh, stop. You can go get the rebound. He's got to block you out. Okay, you know what I'm saying? If you miss, go get your rebound. Make him block you out. If you get it, he keeps trying to score. 1. Contest, block out. 2. How long you play? 5 minutes? 7 minutes? Predetermined. Come on. If you get fouled after shooting, the defense is out. 3-0. Get the idea. You got to score. I won't rely on a jump shot. Don't settle for that jump shot. Take the roll. Make the target. There. See that? Now you get a chance. Okay? At the end of the time, how many do you have? Each guy tells them. Okay, so let's say time is over. We certainly would have played longer. So he would win. You guys have a 30-second sprint. We do that in each basket. The winners sit out the sprint. The losers have to run. Ryan, did you win this a lot? Who did? Do you remember? He graduated a year behind me. Ahead of you. Big guy. Ryan Gorman. I like to tell our present team, Gorman never lost ever in his career. Did he ever lose? He might have lost a couple. Did he win a lot? Most of the time. He was fierce. He competed.
like 3 times.
It helped that he was 6'5" and a half long arm. And he was pretty quick for a man. He can guard, he can guard big men. Thank you, guys. We like this. Now, we found that another one-on-one thing we love.
It's cool, Coach Green's here.
And it's a team thing with one-on-one, but it's team. Coach matched you guys up, right? Do you know your opponent? At 13, who's your opponent? Did Coach tell you? But we can do it now, though, Coach. But we do one-on-one team competition, but it's one-on-one. Each guy's going to just play defense 2 times. So you guys will go play defense. You've done that fast. Give it to him, and you start right in this. Now, you have unlimited dribbles in this, but you must stay in what we call the alley. Where is the alley? The lane, up to the elbow, imagine line, right to the cone here. That is the alley. Line on the other side. This is the alley. One-on-one alley. You can't go outside that alley. We got a referee, a coach is referee. And if you go outside the line, it's a turnover, he gets a point. You get a point, you get a stop, you get a point. No points for offense, points for defense. You guys are all matched up too. Got your matchups? Okay, you guys are ready? Now, you want 2 to win. You're a team. Blue, you're a team. You encourage it. We like that. We like that. Motivating! Motivating! We like guys to motivate one another. That's the best motivation. Your peers. Get him to get a stop. Don't let it get scored on. You guys have responsibility. You get a stop. You guys are going to go next. The next 2 go right away. And we might have 20 guys in our practice. We have 10 pairs here, 10 pairs here. So we have a coach in each end roughing. If you foul them in the act of shooting, that's not a stop. That's a score. So you can't foul them in the act of shooting. Now, there's some things about this. I know we don't have a lot of time, but important coaching points. Get down that stance. Don't cross your feet. Good solid re-stepping back and forth. You still want to get by it. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to steal. If he puts it out there, you can flick at it without, we tell him active hands, but if you reach like this and your heel comes off, that's bad. Because now you can't go sideways with your feet. So this is fine, not as long as you're not off balance. Okay? You cannot turn your back to it. That's why this is a great offensive drill. Because you cannot turn your back. You have to handle it. Now, Coach, looks like you probably don't have big men that can't handle it. We have some big guys here. So what we do is we'll start at the top of the key. So because they'll just lose the ball. Our big men, a couple of them, they would lose the ball. That's not good. So if you start at the top of the key, you at least have a chance to get a shot off. Okay? All right? Who's going to be next? We're going to go right away. But at the same time you're ready to go, come on in closer. So you're ready to coach it. Come on in, guys. Good morning. That way, 4 is going to go in 24. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Coach, what was it? Clean, point to go off the offense? Yes. Same way. Now be smart. Remember, he wants to contain him. Don't get up here and pressure him. Right now there's no help. You got to contain him. Okay? Contain defense. Don't let him get around you. Here we go. Stay in the alley. Oh, stop. That was a point. He went outside the alley, right? Let's stay inside the alley. So it's 1-0? No, 2-0. 1-1. No, outside the alley. Offense went outside the alley. Defense stopped. You know the alley guy.
Bring it back.
Good. Point. We're getting the score. Now, I'm glad that shot happened. If he missed that shot, you might say, man, that was a bad shot. But, I'll tell you something right now. We go against some guys that are really good at making that shot, and we have to be able to guard that shot that he just took. Because we had a team that beat us last year because they kept making that shot and we didn't defend that. Come on up here. Who took that shot? Come on up. Okay? You just step back, right? You go like this. Okay? I gotta make sure that you stay down, but as he goes back, and you try to fade, get up in him. Without fouling, you gotta go back with him. If you stay here and you don't step, you'll knock that in. Now that's easier said than done, because a good player is driving you off. So you're taking away that drive, he's got your back pedal, and all of a sudden he stops and fades. You're frozen, you can't get up and contest. The really good defensive players can go from the crouch to contest They get it done. That's the guys you want. The guys that can stop them and then get back up and contest. How many guys can do that? We got to work on that. Okay, who's next? Who's next? What's the score? Okay, no point. No point. Come on. Team. Encourage it. Good contest. Good contest. Good. Play through the rebound. Stop the rebound. So you got to watch out. Hold up. Even though you made that wasn't bad defense. And the other thing is, you did a pretty good job of trying to contest. Here is a key coaching point that you can really coach and emphasize in this drill. To me, this is big. It's a big thing on defense in the lane. Come on. Let's ball. Let's go slow motion on defense. Good job, brother. Come on. Good job. Slow motion. Okay, now, let's say he gets a little bit ahead of you. Does that mean he has to score? No. Keep going. Go on. Did you see the way I contested? I contested with my right hand. The top side hand. Go ahead. Better contest, right? Contest with the baseline hand. If he's going that way, which hand would you contest with? Right hand. It's natural for a right hand to contest with the right hand. So if they got it down this side, you go right hand. You don't get the hand front. Could you tell the difference between the two? The second one was better. The hand was in front of the ball. Plus, here's the key thing. You can test across your body like that. He called a foul. And he's right. I fouled him. Go ahead. No foul, right? You come across your body, you foul. How many of your players will contest the proper hand all the time in that situation? Years ago, I heard Ruby Brown teach that in a little box drill. It's a key thing to coach. Keep you guys out of foul trouble, guard better. It's a good way to work on it in this drill, one on one alley. Now, we have a lot of guys that we go against that we have to put a guard in them. And so they'll spread their team out with good shooters on the other side. We're not going to do this drill, we'll just go down here. You guard. Right there. Now you don't have just the alley. Now you have from this side of the lane all the way over. You can't go past the lane, which you really don't need to, do you? Unlimited dribble. Can you guard from there? Go. So you could take your one-on-one competitive game and move it out and make it even tougher on the defense, half the court, a little more than half the court, instead of alley. We're not going to take the time to do that, Coach. But you see what I'm saying, guys? That makes it even tougher on the defense. And where we really have a tough time guarding offense and defense, there are same guys. Give me two big guys out here. Who's going to guard 22? Talked about guarding ball screens. Okay. Last thing. Ball screens. We have going guarding a lot of different ways. We never used to switch. Now we have to switch a lot. But here's the thing that has to be done. Get in the low post offense. Low post, low post, low post. Run out and set it out in the middle. Ball screen. Dribble off. That right there. Hold up. That right there is hard to guard. What I think has made ball screens hard to guard, as teams are doing more and more, is when they run into it. In the old days, you set up a stationary ball screen, easier to head, isn't it? When a guy runs into it, like that, it's hard. So we'll set up a drill like this, and maybe you can keep score with it. But I run out of time. I hope everybody got a handout by now. If you did, email me. Some other key things that we do. We do the knockout 4-on-4 a lot. That's on here. We do consecutive stops. Our players hate that, but it makes them compete. That's on here. If you want more information on any of it, email me, let me know. Thank you very much.